Hello, and welcome back to bonus content for Between the Ashes for Freespace 2. I am here in the editorials tab because I just noticed, looking through here, that these scroll buttons do not work, but these ones that seem to be some sort of bug do, and there's two down here. While I'm at it, let's make sure the same thing isn't happening, and it's not. Alright, so that is... So, we just have two editorials to read from, I'm sure, our favorite editorialists. So, the Dragon Awakens. Security firm Megalith is now operating directly out of Antares station. There's usually a picture there. We stand on the precipice of massive change. The players in the great political game that Antares has unwillingly been host to have played their trump cards, and my readers will no doubt be as pleased as I am that the future looks bright for us, though the road to it will be hard and bloody. Where do I begin? It all started with a daring plan by the GTA and the PVN to capture the Hammer of Light flagship, the Cardinal. They succeeded, but only by exposing Khonsu II, a major Vasudan parliamentary representative, to direct danger. This alone shows that Admiral Poe is at his wit's end. But that's not all, my friends. Far from it. Less than 24 hours after the Cardinal was captured, the Hammer of Light not only managed to recapture it, but also took the PVT Frontier and Khonsu II into their possession. Not a single crew member on board the Frontier survived the accompanying slaughter, and the Hammer of Light now roams freely through Antares. Can anyone in their right mind cast the GTA in a good light anymore? Butchers! Warmongers! Slaves to the calculus of war! This detestable sequence of events embodies their stagnation and lack of action from the very start, and their bloodlust and short-sightedness shine as bright as the stars we orbit. God, this guy's a jackass. So, the Hammer of Light slaughtered the entire crew of the Frontier, which, by the way, they couldn't have because at least some of them had to be Hammer of Light in order to capture the Destroyer. And it's the GTA's fault. Anyway, on with the editorial. If any of my readers still hold out hope that the GTA will reveal themselves to be saviors, I urge you to cast it aside, for in these critical times, it can only handicap you. But I don't intend to point fingers without offering an alternative to the disgusting tyranny of our former government. Yes, former! The Antares Federation has declared itself, and the territory it occupies, a separate legal and military body from the GTA. After all our struggles and fears, we have finally attained the independence and freedom that have been kept from us for years. 4 smaller Antaresian political parties have announced their immediate dissolution, with the members redirecting their influence and funds to the Federation's cause. Okay, so a political party has Alright. In addition, several major players in Antares' corporate world, including Exxon Beckham, Megalith, and Researtech, have announced their support for the Federation. All in all, this gives our new government a very solid economic base from which to operate. Nonetheless, the atmosphere within the Federation is reportedly hectic. In between sorties, Ri and Tivot of Megalith, who are now working directly as Federation security pilots, had this to say. It's all pretty frantic because we're just starting out and there's so much to do, but the sense of fulfillment is unbelievable and everyone's fully dedicated to it. We're finally sticking up for ourselves, finally taking matters into our own hands, and not as employees, but as Antaresians. Companies, who works for who, that doesn't matter anymore. It's all about us as a star system. It's empowering, and I'm 100% confident that this is something that will pave the way for a better future. We'll see about that, because you still have to deal with the Hammer of Light. The Federation needs pilots and crew, for it is growing rapidly, but I implore anyone loyal to the survival of Antares to assist in any way they can, no matter their skill set. We must ride the wave while it has momentum. Time is of the essence, and Antares' time has come. By Caleb Ehan, 11th November, 2336. And one more, Phagocytosis. The GTA has no place in Antares. The Intrepid has no place in Antares. If you wish to protect your livelihoods and your loved ones, then you will rise up and destroy the Intrepid. If Admiral Poe still lives in 2 days, Antares Station will be torn bulkhead from bulkhead. There will be no warning. There will be no mercy. Leave Antares if you wish, but your survival is more likely if you just do as I say. Several messages of this ilk have been broadcast system-wide over the last few hours, reportedly by Ozymandias of the Hammer of Light. Fighting has broken out across the system, with the Hammer of Light making bold pushes more often than not. The GTA is fighting tooth and nail to keep both territory and ships, with varying degrees of success. It is at this point still unclear what the Hammer of Light's relationship is with the Antares Federation. We have attempted to keep open hostilities between us and the Vesudans to a minimum, said Federation leader Ryoho Zhao. For now, we have a common goal, driving the GTA out of Antares. We're focusing on finally bringing our homes under our own control. I'd rather do it peacefully, but if it means the Intrepid must be destroyed, then so be it. Rest assured, we will not stoop to needless large-scale destruction without justification. That is the GTA's hallmark. 2 small GTA attacks have been made against the Federation so far, but we have continued to show that we are not a force to be trifled with, and the GTA's claim to legitimacy is slowly wearing down. Federation forces captured the GTA Leviathan-class cruiser Resplendent yesterday, which has been renamed the AFC Apoapsis. Wait a minute. Apoapsis. It is the first Antares Federation capital ship, but hopefully only one of many to come. Isn't that the name of the ancient ship that we found out about in the SOC mission? Huh. The Intrepid itself was most recently glimpsed near Sidolante, but it is moving rapidly. My readers can rest assured that the Federation will find it quickly, and either bring it down or force it out of the system. We are no longer underdogs, cowering and hoping we will be dispensed justice. We are a community that the GTA may not like, but one they must respect, and we go forward into a future that we can at last feel responsible for. By Caleb Ehan, November 29th, 2336. Caleb Ehan at Gulnara.af. Yeah. Not Gulnaranet.gta was his previous. Okay, so that's what our rabble-rouser has to say about the recent developments. I'm really wondering about the AFC Apoapsis. That means the Antares Federation knows more than they're letting on. So, we will go into the next mission.